From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
What's going on, nerds? And, well, it's Thursday, but we're talking about Netflix's Wednesday. And I haven't seen the show, but Susie didn't want to press all the buttons, so she's obligating me to be here because it's, nerds doing nerd things. And
it's Wednesday.
Dan, you have all the technical
Thursday.
I do have all the technical equipment that was kind of bought for me to have technical equipment.
Like, I don't have the equipment downloaded onto my computer, and I have to have very nice AJ come and show me how to use the technical equipment and make sure it's all set up correctly so that I can run shows all by my lonesome.
Yeah, but that could be dangerous.
I am so lonely.
Yeah, but you gave me permission.
I did give you permission, but that is scary.
Writing that you gave me permission.
Delete.
That's not how writing. That's not how it works.
All right. Well, obviously you see Susie, but then you have Wednesday Addams up in the top right corner. What's going on Wednesday?
Happy Wednesday, Addams.
Happy Thursday.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah, but apparently it's Thursday.
On a Thursday.
Hey, you know what? You're not part of this podcast. Go play your chicken game.
Yeah, Susie's taking control of co-host number 2 now.
I also call this game the chicken game because there's a bird on the screen.
Hey, Will, nice cock.
Thank you.
Okay, now that we've devolved.
Good doodle do.
Doodle do.
Where's my knife?
Hey, Carly, why is your face all red? I'm pretty sure she's pale.
My face is red because I have eczema right now.
Oh, well, there goes her laughing. No, it's just eczema. We're not funny or anything. We're just, Yeah, kind of. All right, well, we're going to start it off because I, again, haven't seen this. So I'm just going to ask the questions and be like, wait, that actually effing happened? Carly, we're going to start with you. Do you feel like this show carried the feel of the Addams Family?
I think it did. And I like the way they did the soundtrack because they incorporated the original Addams Family theme, but very subtly. And it's throughout the whole season. And then, yeah, the statue, which my favorite scene right now because it cracks me up how dumb he is. When the guy Siren, I forgot his name, is like, wait, there was a puzzle? I thought we just had to snap twice. Favorite scene right now.
Look, we never said he was the brightest bulb in the bunch.
I mean, Susie, what about you?
So I'm gonna show my age in a minute, and I'm kind of ashamed about it. I, growing up, would watch old shows with my parents. One of those old shows was The Addams Family. And for me, this hit closer to the original Addams Family than it did to the 1990s.
So this was better than Addams Family Values?
I wouldn't say it's better. I feel like it hit more of the notes that the 60s, I think it was the 60s had, versus
Black and white?
the 90s. Yeah, the black and white.
I love the black and white. That's the OG.
Yeah.
Yeah, OG. Yeah.
Gee.
So to me, I feel like it hit more of the notes of that one than it did the 90s. But I think that had more to do with the people that they chose for the actors and the actresses and the storyline itself versus the progression itself. But I feel like this definitely was an Addams Family movie. Like, you felt it through the whole thing. It wasn't just here, we're going to throw Wednesday Addams into this setting and hope you realize that it's Wednesday Addams from the Addams Family. No, it really, it hits all the perfect notes.
So off to question number 2, we're going to stick with Susie here. Do you like the story and premise of the show?
I do, actually. I love the fact that they go to it's a private school called Nevermore. Like, you can't go wrong with that for Edgar Allan Poe. Getting some Edgar Allan Poe in there, getting some is the Raven like writing us, because that's the only thing I can think of right now. So I think it was really cool. It hit all the dark notes that you needed to hit on. There was some sunshine in there, but it was definitely like, I love the story. I love the premise of the show. I love the fact that it focused basically all on Wednesday versus the entire family as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Carl's?
So I loved it. It was definitely different, and it still gave us the Addams Family vibe, but with a different storyline, and I really enjoyed that a lot. We saw a different side. It was more concentrated on, obviously, Wednesday, since that's the name of the show, but you definitely, it was, I definitely enjoyed it. I was actually surprised because I was worried it was going to be terrible, in my all honest opinion. Because that seems to be what Netflix does sometimes.
Yeah, but Tim Burton was the director, so we all knew this was not going to be
Right. No,
Tim Burton
and
is like the king of like darkness.
My
right.
old
But I
friend.
I know he
also
would love to get rid of that title, but he is like the king of darkness.
Darkness
honestly,
imprisoning
but
me. Oh,
I honestly thought it was gonna be darker, but it wasn't. So that was surprising. It was more bright, in my opinion, if you know what I mean.
It was, for me, it was 50-50. Like, it had the perfect dark notes, but it was matched with the perfect light notes. So it wasn't too dark and it wasn't too light. They kind of balanced each other out.
Right, and I think that what he did was he played a lot with that, because especially with his the roommate. I forgot her name. What's her name? What was her name? Because I just was watching, because my parents are watching it now, and of course binged it in one day, so whatever.
you're crazy. We're aware.
I mean, Susie did it
Enid.
in 2 days.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
it in 2 days.
Yeah.
Don't judge me.
Yeah.
But
In a day.
she's very, very colorful, and Wednesday is obviously not. There's absent of color, and I think with them being friends, it balances it.
Also, one of the biggest points that I love that the story did touch upon was Enid is a werewolf. The only thing she could do was claws. She couldn't actually what they call wolf out. And so I love the progression of even her story through this, where she gets to, I guess, go through puberty as a werewolf.
Right, and it's when she, when that happened for her, it was when she really needed to, she had to protect somebody, and I think that's very important, because her mom was on her case about wolfing out for no reason. Like, she didn't, there was no reason for her to wolf out until she absolutely felt like she needed to protect somebody, and I think that's the key to unlocking her wolfing.
I think it's also like, you have to be ready. Like, you can't just be like, oh, well, I'm of age, this is the next stage of my life. No, you move on to the next stage of your life when you're ready.
Mhm.
Not
And there's a lot of subtle hints like that in the show, and I think that doesn't get recognized enough. That there's a lot of subtle hints onto, you don't need to rush your life, and other notes in it as well that we can probably go over at some other point, because it'll take years for me to go over every single one.
Well, Carly, who's your favorite character in this whole series or season?
You mean besides Wednesday?
I mean, you can answer with one. The question literally says, "Who is your favorite character?"
Yeah, don't.
I mean, but I think Thing.
I love the behind the scenes, because I watched a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. I loved how they did Thing with behind the scenes. The dude in the complete blue suit, just laying on the ground or one of the wheelie boards, and just not making that noise again.
Another thing about all the characters in this show is that they all had some like twisted dark secret, but like it wasn't harming anybody besides the main character, but that's besides the point. The main protagonist. They all had like a very weird quirk, like the therapist with the roadkill.
Interesting. Interesting. Therapist
She,
with roadkill. Yikes.
yeah, she would do taxidermy and make scenes out of the taxidermy from the roadkill.
Yeah.
And she was like this very bright therapist, like cut white everything in her office or cream color. And then she, on the side, she does taxidermy with roadkill.
Huh. The
So,
fuck?
yeah.
Suze, your favorite character?
So my favorite character is actually Enid. Mostly because I love how the stories now are doing. You follow a protagonist, but they're allowing the side characters to actually grow and evolve. And I think that her evolution through the whole series was one of my favorite progressions to watch. Because you get to watch her stand up to her mother, you get to watch her wolf out and defend her friends, and you also watch her stand up to somebody that she's kind of afraid of, other than her mother.
Other than Susie.
Huh?
What? Who's afraid of the big bad Susie?
AJ.
Yes, I'm aware. Susie, favorite portrayal of...
Hold on. I have a question before you ask that question.
But it's not in here.
I know, but I commented and you didn't respond to my comment.
Oh, well, hold on.
He's gonna respond to it now. Anyway, Carly, how did you like how they put Christina Ricci in here?
I was interested because, she went from a really dark character to being a dark character that's hidden. And that was very interesting how they did that.
I love I love the fact that she was able to be a part of this, because for a lot of us, she's our Wednesday.
Which I wish she was Morticia, believe it or not.
I don't. I actually wish that so if she was going to be any character, she needed to be Wednesday, and Wednesday needed to have a daughter.
Fair.
I don't think she could have portrayed Morticia, because too many of us know her as Wednesday. I think that would have set expectations that we didn't need to have.
Fair.
Yeah, so I think that this was a good a nice lateral move for her to play, this character, who's kind of bubbly but dark all at the same time. So it was great to see her do that and be in an Addams Family thing again. So I love the fact that she was able to be a part of this. It made me so happy. Also, the number of reports that I read that nobody realized that was Christina Ricci makes me very, very sad.
I know. I was like, oh, honey. Yeah. But then again, they could have been the ones that didn't grow up with, watching her as Wednesday. So it didn't exactly click for them, which is fair. But
so now AJ can continue to the next question. Please go one at a time. Please do not give us all of them at once.
Oh, okay. Susie and Carly, but start with Susie. Favorite portrayal of Gomez?
This one. The one in Wednesday. That is my favorite portrayal of Gomez. I don't like Gomez generally as a character. If I had to pick, if I could pick two Gomez's, it would be this Wednesday's rendition of Gomez, which I hope we see a lot more of, and 90s.
See, for me, I'm gonna be controversial. I really like the animated Gomez.
I really do too. I'm sorry. I love animated Gomez.
Animated Gomez for me was perfect. But to be fair, I can't say that this Gomez isn't, because we didn't see much of him. We got like 2 scenes out of it.
I'm literally judging him based on what we've seen of him, and so far I really like this Gomez because he's retaining true to the Gomez that we know and love, just without the rest of it, because we haven't seen the rest of it yet. I would love to see their home life. Their home life has got to be.
So now we're gonna go over to Morticia. Which one was your favorite version, Carly?
That's very hard.
Well, Susie asks the hard questions here, and I just, ask them out loud.
So for me, it had to be the original, as one of my favorites. But I feel like all of them were great in their own way. I really enjoyed the animation. That's my favorite Addams Family right now. I've watched that movie 6,000 times, but you know,
my favorite.
I think they're all good.
Animated one. Yeah. That's my favorite Morticia right now. But, and this is why I want to see more Wednesday. I would love to see more Morticia.
Yeah.
Season 2, only because I feel like they casted perfectly for Morticia. She just hasn't gotten a chance to shine.
Right. And I definitely the young Morticia kind of bothered me, and I'm not as sure why. It didn't seem fitting to me.
No, I feel like they should have picked a different actress.
But the mother one, yes, she nailed that role for this show. Like, honestly, like,
Catherine Zeta-Jones. Of course, she nailed it.
Yeah, true. So I would love to see more of Gomez and Morticia. I want to know their backstory more.
I know. I'd love to see a prequel to the Addams Family.
I do, because it would be very interesting. And obviously, since they're doing Wednesday, this is more pertaining to Wednesday. But like, I would love to see them more.
We are getting snippets of their background though, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we took over.
So next is which one is your favorite Pugsley? What is your favorite portrayal of Pugsley?
Animated, hands down, animated. This one, the only reason I don't like Pugsley in this one is because he's more like a sissy crybaby, whereas like the animated one, like he throws bombs, he actually defends himself and all of these other stuff. The 90s one, I don't remember enough of the 90s. Oh no, 90s Pugsley is actually really good. I don't really want to comment on the 60s Pugsley. Yeah.
But so for me, these are two different Pugsleys compared to the animated, because I'm with you on the 90s and the 60 ones.
Yeah.
It's just they're completely different. And so for the Pugsley from the show and the Pugsley from the animated, I quite enjoyed the Pugsley in the animation. Yeah, he was dumb as a rock. Like, he would let Wednesday bury him and stuff like that, which was fantastic. But he was also fun because he also had the mentality of throwing bombs and like trying to, do what the rest of the family
was. Is Pugsley Paul?
No. Trust me, in the TV show, Paul is smarter than Pugsley.
Oh.
In the animated version, maybe I could give him that he's Paul.
All right, so Uncle Fester, which one's your favorite?
Hey, hold on, before we go to that one. Hey, Carly, correct me if I'm wrong, but do you feel like they changed Pugsley's character for this TV show?
I did.
Okay, because I feel like, I don't know.
I feel like we didn't see much of him again, but I feel like
we only saw him in school where he was bullied, but I feel like Pugsley wouldn't have taken that.
Yeah, no, I don't think he would have been stuffed in the locker. Like, they made him defenseless, and Pugsley isn't. He would have done something, but subtly, I think.
Maybe he would have done it to the same extent that his sister did it.
No, he would have done
that was on brand for Wednesday.
Yeah, no, that was. But he would do more of a prank, I think. She was out for murder. He was more of the prankster.
Yeah, so I don't know. So, it just came to my mind that I was like, you know what? That Pugsley doesn't really feel like Pugsley.
No, they definitely changed his character.
Kind of stayed on brand.
Yeah, no, Pugsley is the one that changed the most, I think, in this adaptation.
Okay, now I can go to Uncle Fester.
All right, Susie, which one's your favorite portrayal of Uncle Fester?
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah,
Christopher Lloyd.
I
can't change my mind. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher Lloyd is the perfect amount of.
Carly, is that you two agreeing on one?
Yes.
Holy shit! All right, now favorite version of Wednesday. Carly, go for it.
There are only two right answers.
Christina Ricci, and I have to say the animated and Wednesday. I can't choose between those
because got the two right answers, so it counts.
Which one were the two ones outside of Christina Ricci?
There were three answers there, man.
There's 3 answers. She got 2 of the correct answers, so we're good.
Okay, Susie, which one were the 2 right answers, though?
Christina Ricci and
Huh?
Jenna Ortega.
That's this one.
Yep.
Jenna Ortega, yep.
Yep. Who stayed up, learned German, and this is why she's one of my favorites.
She also learned how not to blink, too.
She learned how not to blink. She learned German specifically for this role. Like, she was staying up late to learn German. And that whole dance routine that she has in that gymnasium,
she made up on the spot, yeah.
She didn't make it up on the spot. She stayed up all night choreographing it because the music had been chosen weeks ahead of time. She already had it.
All
She
right.
stayed up all night making that dance, and that is the biggest one. That's the biggest commitment that you could make as an actress, is to be able to do that. 1, 2. She took the time to study Wednesday, so I feel like Wednesday like really came out through her.
Did you hear about how she did her audition for it?
Yes.
With the cut, and then she made them do more blood. And she showed up to the audition like that. I'm like, yes. She is the perfect Wednesday for this era.
Exactly.
So, I'm going to combine the last 2 ones. Are you ready for a season 2? And is there anything you would like to see in season 2, Carly?
So season 2 should be out right now, like yesterday.
I second that motion.
It's going to be a very painful wait, and this is more painful than House of Dragon, because I'm obsessed with House of Dragons. This is more painful, because I really want to see what they do, and I really want to see more of Ajax's story, because they didn't really develop into his backstory. I want to know more about Ajax.
All right, Suze. Oh, sorry, Carly wasn't done.
Ahead. No, I was done.
Oh, Susie.
Oh yeah. So there needs to be a season 2. Like Carly said, it needs to be out like yesterday. I actually want to see more of the Addams Family, and I want to see more of their relatives, specifically Cousin It.
Oh, I do want to see Cousin It.
I want to see how they do Cousin It in this movie, because and the only reason I didn't ask favorite portrayal is because we didn't see Cousin It in this movie, so I can't really ask for this. But Cousin It, I would love to see Cousin It. I would love to see their rendition of Cousin It. I would love it if Cousin It came and was the principal of Nevermore.
I was sad about that. I loved her as the principal.
My God. And for those of us who have seen Game of Thrones, like, you all know her. And to see her go for this role and not just go for it, she owned it. I'm so sad that she only lasted for 1 season. It was just, I got no words. She was just amazing.
All right, so that's it, Susie. Anything else you want to add before we close up shop?
Check out Jingle Jangle on Tuesday.
Yes, I have to find time to watch that. Shit. Carly, anything else? Outside of you making that awesome photo that everybody sees on your screen.
No, I don't have anything else. Just can't wait for the new season.
Which one comes out first? Wednesday season 2 or House of the Dragon season 2?
We don't know, because season 2 for Wednesday hasn't been announced.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they only announced the year it's going to come out. They didn't give a month yet.
Well, is it 24?
Yes.
Well, I think, isn't Game of Thrones 25?
No, it's 24.
Oh.
It's 24.
Same day.
Absolutely not, because then I would physically cry. I would mourn my life.
I would
at that
take
point.
the day off from work. I'm not gonna lie. I would probably take the day off from work. Binge watch Wednesday. And then watch House of the Dragon. And then
It took me so when
podcast.
it's funny because when the House of Dragon, the last episode came out, it took me 3 weeks to actually watch it because I wanted to extend it as long as I could before I had to wait for the next season.
Oh,
obviously
I see it how it is. Susie and I make an episode and you're like, I'll watch that in 3 weeks.
No, I asked to join that and you guys
Wait,
did
what?
it. Yeah, I told you, hey, I didn't know you guys were doing House of Dragon. And then you guys just kept doing them and I never knew. So.
I don't think I knew.
You were the ones in it.
I know, but I don't think I knew you wanted in.
Oh, well, I did message you about it.
This is my life, Carly.
No, trust me, it's good. No saltiness here.
So yeah, everybody should check out Jingle Jangle on Tuesday, and then we will be doing the original Miracle on 34th Street and Mickey's A Christmas Carol for Christmas Eve and Christmas. What are you doing?
Looking for shit.
Oh.
Don't judge me.
Which I'm sad about because I'm gonna be out of state for those. But
Are you out of the state down here?
No.
Oh,
I'm
bitch.
in the warm weather.
Going to Florida, not bringing any warm weather back for us.
No, we're getting snow Sunday.
This Sunday.
You're
or
not
next?
funny.
It says 1 to 3 inches.
You're not funny.
I never was funny.
Because no, please no. They say 1 to 3 inches, and it's either a dusting or 6. Never in between.
Well, don't let it be.
Oh,
6.
and then double that for Maine.
At least you weren't Buffalo a couple weeks ago.
Which shocks me because we haven't gotten a single thing of snow. We got like a dusting and it melted before it hit the ground.
We
which is
haven't
weird
either.
for Maine.
Knock on fucking wood.
Well, from what I understand, your area of Maine, not that unusual. You normally get hit like closer after Christmas, but like Buffalo is already getting hit, and that's a little concerning.
Buffalo got 6 feet.
They got
weeks ago.
slammed. Yeah, my friend in Buffalo got slammed.
I'm a little concerned about our snow prospects for next year.
Like, I saw a picture on Facebook. It was Rihanna, where Buffalo is, and Chris Brown was like Supermaning towards her.
Oh
Full
my
fist
God.
out and everything.
Yeah, it's. But yeah, Carly, where can people find you?
You can find me at Hammerhead Designs on Instagram or here talking about nerd things.
And drawing pretty artwork for us because now she's back in business.
Da 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 da. What about you, Susie? Where can people find you?
Oh, it was Ethan. All I saw was something move in my game room over there, and I was like, who's over there?
He's staring at you though.
Awkward.
So you can find me getting prepped for Christmas and writing papers because school is in session.
Prep for Christmas.
That'll be me next year. I am dreading it.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Hey AJ, even though you just moderated this, where can people find you? There's one correct answer and one correct answer only.
Susie, what's that correct answer?
It involves clicking buttons.
Oh, okay. We'll be right back then.
Hey, you guys, this is 625 here from Lilo and Stitch. Some people think of me as AJ Coppola. I don't care. Just follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, Twitch at NDTA Jalistar15, and Xbox and PSN at AJ Allstar 15. I should have said AJ Allstar, but I'm a sandwich maker. What the hell do I know? Do yourself a favor. Go get yourself a hot fudge marshmallow tuna fish and ham sandwich. All right? Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
And, well, that's it for Wednesday on a Thursday. Completely messed me up all freaking week. Thanks, Susie.
You're welcome.
Knew exactly what I was going to do.
Next time we'll do Wednesday on a Saturday.
Oh God, please don't.
How about doing Wednesday on a Wednesday? That way my brain doesn't hurt.
You were unavailable to do Wednesday on a Wednesday, so we had to do Wednesday on a Thursday.
Oh, that's right. I was unavailable. Shit. Fuck. Damn crap.
So this is all your fault.
Stop it. Stop it. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Stop it.
I made his eye twitch.
You do that a lot.
Circuit.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.